let's talk about finding your niche in MLM. So when you're looking for your niche company, don't just think about interest or quality of product first of all. What you want to think about is A, do they have a good compensation plan where you're actually going to make money? And look for their income disclosure form. Most of them in 2015 will have issued an income disclosure that had to say how much they actually paid people on average at each level and how many hours you have to work to actually make that amount. And that's a really good resource because it doesn't change a lot year to year, especially for long-standing companies. So make sure it has a good compensation plan and make sure that they have a consumable product. This is the mistake a lot of people make is they'll choose a company because let's say it's the best mascara ever, right? But it's so out of people's price points that it'll be a one-time purchase or it'll be an item that doesn't get used often or it ends up on a shelf or is a fad. It's not something people will do on the long term. They might only do it on the short term, so all of that stuff makes it difficult for you to continue a long-standing business through retention, which means you're going to be always looking for new, which you have to do anyway, even in a good, consumable product mode. But it's a lot more, if you never have the customer retention. So those are the questions you want to ask. You want to ask about customer retention. You want to ask about the compensation plan. You want to ask about the income disclosure. Now I'm going to say how many years in business because the reputation they've built over the years and how long are their members staying. But that doesn't mean that a new company shouldn't be trusted either. MLM is starting to surpass retail for new businesses. So it's unfair of me to say don't trust a new company because there's a lot of new great companies coming out. So I won't say that either. So having said that, so you found a company that has a great consumable product. Hopefully that product or that company has product lines for several different target markets. You want all of them to be good, so if they're spread too thin, it just becomes chaos. But you want them to have enough variety and enough different product lines that there's plenty for everybody you come across. And again, that it's consumable with a high retention rate and a great compensation plan. Amazing if you don't have to carry inventory, if you don't have to be involved in distribution at all, that is ideal. If they have a really great online platform where maybe, like the company that I'm with, they give you a link with your member number. So when people enroll, everything they purchase after that automatically is attributed to you and you don't have to do a thing. They handle the distribution, they handle everything. I don't have to carry product at all. So, those are all the things you want to look for. I don't have to buy product to keep as an inventory. I do have to buy a certain amount of product to get the maximum commissions, but my commissions are so much more than what my buy-in has to be. And my buy-in is low enough that I would spend that anyway, just because, again, consumable products that I can't live without. That's the other thing. Make it stuff that people can't live without. So if there's a recession or the budget is tight or whatever, they're going to cut off a million things before they cut off what they're buying from you. So those are all really important things. So now let's say that you found your perfect company. Now what is finding your niche then? Is it that company? Like what's the whole niche concept? So I'm with Young Living, so I'm going to use that as an example just because it's available to me. But this could apply to any MLM company that has a variety of product lines. So Young Living has product lines for men, personal care and things of that nature, and women. They have a whole diet line, so they have cooking utensils that are non-toxic and special wheat, healthy, heavy-duty, healthy stuff. They have a diet line for healthy weight maintenance. Then they have a vitality line. They have natural health products and supplements. They have essential oils. They have home cleaning stuff. So they have like a huge variety of mineral makeup, which is non-toxic. So they have all these different product lines available. So, I don't wear makeup. So that's probably not going to be the first product line that I gravitate to. But I do work in textile reclamation, which is a sustainable environmental company. So I'm interested in toxins and things like that. And laundry is a lot, it comes up in conversation a lot in my industry. So the laundry stuff, I could probably build a whole business just on the non-toxic laundry and cleaning stuff. Not that I would limit it to that at all, but when you find the one that really lights you up, the thing that makes you, you can't stop talking about it because it's the best thing ever, then that becomes your thing. And, like for a long time when I was recovering from a chronic condition, and I was still in recovery, I was using a lot of these products in that way. So because I was using them to support my recovery and I was constantly talking about that, that became my audience. So that was my niche, right? But then as I got better, I started using the products that they had in a different way. I was using, again, the supplements just to keep my energy up, but I was using their oils more for brain enhancement and meditation and thinking outside the box. And I started learning about my limbic system. So then it was all about brain power and personal development. Well, that's my niche. So your niche changes. I have a team leader on my team, and when she first enrolled with Young Living, she owned a daycare center. So for a long time, her business was mostly growing around selling cleaning supplies because, you want to keep everything clean in the daycare. And I guess her kids that she was taking care of weren't bringing home the same kind of sniffles that their friends' children in other daycares were bringing home. And that's because they have an amazing product line for immune boosting and things like that. They also have a great product line formulated for children. And, a lot of it is very soothing, relaxing stuff. So the parents would come pick them up. Smelled good. Everybody's relaxed. You know what I mean? So the parents were buying the stuff up like crazy. That job started to get hard on her as she got older. So she started personal development and retraining and became a raindrop practitioner, which uses essential oils, and then eventually became a aroma yoga instructor, certified. So she renovated her daycare center and turned it into a gorgeous spa. You should see this place. Beautiful spa. So she offers spa services, this raindrop treatment, yoga, and then she teaches yoga on the beach, aroma yoga on the beach. So there's lots of yoga. Aroma yoga is a little niche, right? So if somebody loves essential oils or they're really granola and they're looking for a place to do yoga, and there's plain yoga, there's maybe 5 plain yoga practitioners, but this one has essential oils, that's a niche. So she's going to have a product a customer base just because of that little twist. You know what I mean? So she's not only changed her niche in terms of being from daycare kind of product selling to aromatherapy or aroma fitness type of selling, where now she's selling more raindrop oils and essential oils that are grounding or for breathing and things like that, right? Very different than immune boosting, or dealing with critters, the mood of little children. So her niche changed in more than one direction there. So that's how your niche evolves as you evolve too, so don't think that once you pick a thing, that's your thing. So it's great also when couples work this business together, because you'll have different niches. So maybe the guy is into the supplements, you know what I mean, or the nutrition boosting stuff. So that's more his niche. And, the female in the relationship will be more about maybe the home care items or the personal care, the makeup, that sort of thing. So between the two of you, you're covering quite a few target markets. And sometimes it'll be one thing. There's some sports people that join now affiliate marketing, and what they'll do is, so let's say Nike didn't offer them a deal. Maybe they're not in a sport where you get that kind of deal. So what they'll do is they'll find an affiliate product, and instead of repping the whole line or all of the stuff, right? They don't make it look like they're repping MLM. What they do is they'll pick one product and start marketing on their own Facebook pages, because even though they're not Nike celebrity, they're celebrity and have a huge following. So if they keep repeating, I don't do a workout without this supplement, this is my jam when I'm sore, or whatever it is that they use, and they act like they're the brand representative for this company. So it's not even that they're officially the brand rep, but they act like they are doing these self-made, endorsements or whatever. And if you want to buy some, click this link. And they end up, building a whole team. And then they can really blow that up by having community and everything else. And then they can really grow that if they want to. But some of them just do it on one product. So it's micro niched, so really it's a combination. And like I said, it will change as you evolve and your career evolves. A lot of MLM people go from first being really product centered and selling a high volume product, but then become opportunity centered. And then once they break that threshold, it's not even just about that product, it's about training other MLMers outside of even the company. So even you'll evolve even that way, and your niche will change even that way. So a lot of it has to do with what you're interested in, what reflects your life at the time, how you use the product yourself. It is true what they say, the more product you use, the better you'll be able to represent the brand. And the more you'll sell. The more you use, the more you'll sell. It's really weird how that works, but it is the truth. And get creative. Get creative building a culture around your team, sharing information, making it very easy for your team to duplicate what you're doing. So put out free training. Like, for example, this video here is out on YouTube because that's going to help me build an audience, but I'm also going to put it on my team page, and I made it a public link, not just for my team, so that my team members can share it, not just with other team members, but even people that maybe are thinking about it but not sure, and they can send this and say, this is the kind of training that we get, you know what I mean? So that, okay, we're going to get support, I'm going to know what to do, I'm going to know how to think about things. So when you're looking about your niche with if you've chosen, let's say, Young Living, and you are on my team and that's why you're watching this, and you're thinking, Young Living has so many products, I don't know what to sell, what's the thing that gravitates you? What's the thing that you're the most excited about and you use the most in your life? Whatever you use the most in your life is probably going to be your niche, be your best niche. And then the other thing you can do is to say, okay, well, everybody does the premium starter kit with essential oils and the diffuser. Maybe I'm going to make Ningxia mine. Maybe Ningxia Red is my story. You know what I mean? And a lot of this has to do with your own personal story, your own wellness journey with Young Living or whatever line or company you're with. This is what changed for me, and then that becomes your thing. But there's also really unique things with Young Living. So for example, Oils of the Bible is a class that it's a book, but at the end of the book, it teaches you how to teach the book as a class. And the Oils of the Bible kit is a high value kit item. So that's the kind of special gift that people would buy for somebody very special or for themselves at a poignant moment in life, or when someone's going through a huge spiritual breakthrough. But selling a high value kit like that is amazing for commission, but it's also part of someone's spiritual journey, which is a really beautiful thing. And it's a beautiful class, even for people that are not religious. It's historically relevant. So that's niche. So then you could go to just churches. And if you're someone who's, deeply respectful of scripture, you'll enjoy that. That'll be fulfilling for you beyond just you're going to get a commission because you sell some kits. You know what I mean? So if there's a part of your journey that's meaningful to you, including that in your business is only going to make your business more meaningful, and that integrity and coming from that place of truth in yourself is going to resonate with the people. You're not coming off as salesy now. Now it's a ministry. And if it's not oils of the Bible, like I said, maybe it's Ningxia Red for you. Maybe it's, for example, how many toxins are in makeup, and the women absorb all these toxins every year through cosmetics, and with mineral makeup, you don't have to do that anymore. And plus it sticks better, it lasts, you know what I mean? So that's a beautiful niche that's not just the essential oils kit, you know what I mean? And sometimes trying to just sell the kit is old, and gets old or whatever, so you need to keep it fresh for your own interest. Even I wonder how many people focus their business just on selling the cooking stuff or the acorn wheat because it's so healthy. So I bet you just the culinary stuff gets ignored, you know. And then learning how to make things with that product, and then now you've got stuff to sell, even, you know what I mean? You're just not allowed to advertise that it's that product in your stuff because liability issues or whatever. But you just expand your knowledge base. You can make room sprays and sell them at farmers markets, or do stuff and sell it on Etsy or whatever. So there's a lot of different ways that you can really maximize what you love to do. Make and take classes are so much fun to host, or making vision board groups and then having essential oils as part of the vision board making ceremony, or you can get really, really, really creative building an MLM business. So you take the products that you love the most and really, do the most to get creative in terms of how you're going to reach that market. I studied once a cab driver who he signed up with several MLM companies, and he built his own catalog, and then he blinged out the back seat of his car with samples, and it was all stuff that people that were on the road a lot would find handy. And he would always have some extra so people could buy them right off him, and he had it all set up so they could sign up real easy on his different affiliate links or whatever. And he made over $1 million driving Uber. Imagine. And he didn't drive Uber to make the money from Uber, although that was great. He was driving for Uber to have access to strangers so that these strangers would get in and, wow, it smells good in here or whatever. And then, you know what I mean? He sold all this stuff. So again, that was his niche. So his niche was actually not the product, because he had a whole bunch of different products. His niche was using Uber to network, to access, prospecting is a numbers game. So you figure you have to do the math and reverse engineer. How many people do you have to enroll in order to get to the level you want to get at, right? How many, and what's your success rate? So maybe you have to pitch 100 people to get 10 people. You know what I mean? So what's that? They call it go for no. If you want to learn about this, study Eric Worre. He's really great on this stuff. So how many people have to tell you no before you get enough yeses to get to the thing that you want? That's how many people you have to prospect. So sometimes if you're waiting for those things to come to you, right, it's never going to come to you. So you've got to find a way to get in front of it, like this Uber driver did. So if you have a niche that you're really interested in, my niche is going to be, for the next little while, is going to be laundry. I'm really getting big on wanting people to detox their laundry because I have information trauma from learning about the chemicals in people's laundry, and both my parents have cancer. So for me, this is personal, it's a personal ministry. So I bet you I'll sell a lot of Thieves laundry detergent just because I'm this pissed about chemicals and the information I have to share. So I don't just want to reach 2 or 3 friends that I know. This is the kind of thing where I'm going to want a room with 50 people in it, or make a video teaching people this stuff and getting it on YouTube and getting it out there with my affiliate link attached. So for me, it's not just about, this is a great way to get in front of people and I'm going to sell a lot of product. It's that I really don't want people to get cancer. This is personal for me. And that's a good niche. When you can get personal, where you really feel, it's not just because this thing smells good, although great that it does, but this changed my life, or this will keep you safe. You know what I mean? Anything that gets you energized like that is contagious. I just saw an affiliate program somebody got into about fire safety. This is a new MLM thing that's going. And people come and do a fire safety demonstration in your house to try and sell you a monitoring service. And the guy I know that allowed her to come give the presentation, there was no way he was going to buy this service. But did he ever learn a lot about common fire safety risks? So by the end of the thing, he ended up subscribing to the service. Now, I'm not interested and I'm not going to have this lady over, but he was writing on his Facebook posts some of the stuff that he learned that were high risk fire hazards in houses that were the most common things that caused fires. And I had two that I was doing routinely that I will never do again after reading his post. So for this lady, it's not just about selling home monitoring system. People die in house fires all the time. For her, it's a ministry. It doesn't have to be this pervasive or predatory sales thing when you take it on as something special. Now, some MLM stuff isn't. Some of it is jewelry or just fun stuff, you know what I mean? That doesn't have this layer of altruism, and it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. If you're passionate about it, even if it's just for fun, we need fun in the world. So even if it's just for fun, do it and enjoy it. But if you're someone that needs that extra, because some of us need that extra, find yourself a product line that inspires you that way. It's going to give you the energy to keep going and get more creative and get better to get in front of people. But that's basically niche. So don't feel like once you have an identity that you're stuck at that identity. You know, as you evolve, like I said, your niche will evolve, and find the stuff that you have fun with, that you use the most, and make that your jam. And organically it'll work that way for you, but also be creative, getting yourself in front of other people like you and making yourself available for them. Good luck.